Today we're going to be building LEGO Speed Champion Set 77242, the Ferrari FS-24. This is the Formula 1 car, the smaller version of the Formula 1 car that was released just this year. There was also a larger Technic set that was released as well. I'm looking forward to building this. It looks like a nice car, so let's get started.
Okay, so this is LEGO Speed Champion set 77242, the Ferrari FS-24. Set comes with 275 pieces and retails in the US for $26.99. This is obviously the smaller version of the bigger Technic set that has also come out, but this is one of many LEGO Speed Champions race cars that has come out this year, especially. I did build the Red Bull car just recently as well. This is a nice set. It does come with one minifigure. There's a driver here, and again, you can swap out his hair for the helmet, which is nice. I mean, all the Speed Champions sets come with that. There's also a little logo on the helmet here for Ferrari. The design of the car is nice. I like the color with the red and the decals. There is one drawback to this set. I will get into that momentarily. But I do again like the tires. They have printed tires on here. You know, this is very similar to many of the other F1 cars, I'd say, as far as its design. The build was interesting. It does have a standard, it does come with a standard LEGO Speed Champions kind of base, and then you build around that. You build the base and the sides, and then you attach the front, kind of very similar to the other LEGO Speed Champions sets that you build these days with these F1 cars. So otherwise, it was a fun. I think again, it's very similar to the other cars, and it's very aesthetic. It's a nice car to add to the LEGO Speed Champions collections for sure. The only real drawback here, honestly, was the amount of stickers that are in this set. There are some printed pieces, mainly right here in front, and some of the other areas, small, very small pieces that are printed. But the majority of this, if you watched most of the video, you'd see that I was picking off stickers one at a time for the most part. So that was really frustrating. I feel like that added a lot of time to the build, and I really didn't enjoy it. I do admit I actually did make a mistake here. This piece here is supposed to go on the back. However, I did get these pieces, these two inner pieces here. I got these, I had them backwards. There's actually supposed to go, the little notch supposed to go on the outside. And it's supposed to fit that way, and then you just kind of draw them in, and it goes out that way. So I apologize. I did get that by mistake, and the only way to fix it would be go back and do it all over again. So that is one goof I made. Otherwise, I do like the front of the car. It has these little two. Again, these are stickers, these HP stickers, the little tire coverings here. I like that, as well as the size of it, the way they built out the sides. These Ray-Ban pieces here do kind of pull back a little bit. Again, here on the other side. But otherwise, I think it's a nice car. And again, it really adds to many of the F1 sets that are released today. Like I said, this set does come with a lot of stickers, and they're very small stickers too. The majority of the set has them here in front. On the sides, the back here. These are very, very small. It's very tedious, and it's really kind of annoying, the amount of stickers that are on here. So that's really, I'd say, really the only drawback with this set.
Otherwise, it is definitely a nice set. And then I do like the colors. I think that Lego is kind of, with all these F1 cars, I think this is one of the better ones that they've made. So just briefly looking at the manual here. So there's a good picture here of the car and the driver on the front cover here. And then this is actually the Ferrari version of the actual car. And then it talks a little bit about the Lego version. This is made in Italy, and this was based in Denmark. And then it just gets right into the build. Many of these smaller Speed Champion sets now are coming with two bags at a time. So instead of 275 pieces, one bag at a time, you're building out 2 bags at a time. So they're typically 2 smaller pieces. And there are 6 bags in this set. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I appreciate you clicking on like and subscribe. And once again, I appreciate your support, and thanks again for watching.